That's because Russia is selling jets and training pilots for countries not friendly with the West.
I don't trust anybody unless they're wearing the Stars and Stripes. I mean, you just don't know who your enemies are going to be tomorrow, the day after tomorrow.
A warrior's sun rises over the Naval Air Station at Oceana, Virginia. Here, a select group of Navy flyers trained to fight an unknown enemy in a Russian jet. The so-called adversaries at Oceana fly Navy F-18s, painted to look like the Russian MiG-29 Fulcrum. But the tail logo is a vaguely Arabic symbol, a reminder of the Gulf War where U.S. forces faced predominantly Soviet technology.
Our worst nightmare, if you will, of going head-to-head with the Soviets, which would certainly be bloody and painful, has been diminished, but there's still plenty of other things going on.
It can be pretty scary. And all it takes is for one MiG-29 out there to shoot at you, and it could ruin your whole day.
13 miles. Fox 1.
Oh, Jesus.
The Western dogfight differs from Russia's in that it relies on electronic surveillance and weapon systems to engage the enemy beyond visual range.
Good hit on one.
In other words, we want to just fire our weapons and kill him before he even knows we're there.
Certainly you need high technology. You need equipment that's going to work right. You need to be able to reach out and touch somebody. But what you can't forget is that you have to be able to train.
Like Russia, the U.S. military is having trouble paying for fighter training. In recent years, money for dogfight programs has been severely reduced, and greater emphasis placed on preparing for surgical bombing missions like those in Desert Storm. Oceana is one of the last remaining air-to-air fighter programs.
We've just stood down all the aggressor squadrons in the Air Force. There are none. The Navy is toning down its aggressor training.
Somebody famous said, and I don't know who it is, you fight like you train, and when you quit training, you're going to lose that edge. You're going to lose that war fighting capability. And I think that the worst thing that they could do would be to shut these adversary squadrons down.
One irony of the post-Cold War era is that former enemies now face the same dilemma: how to continue financing what it takes to stay in this game. As they've done time and again, the Russians turn their desperation into a practical solution. They keep the cold, hard cash coming in by selling rides in their combat jets.
Oh, power of this. Oh, it's almost beyond description. One of the most exciting thing I've ever done in my life.
The sacred realm of the Russian fighter pilot is being invaded by Western thrill seekers.
A person who is not quite ready for G-loads, there may be the instant loss of eyesight. Oh, okay. But it will pass very quickly. You won't even notice it.
John Karasawa, a young California electronics specialist who loves fighter jet video games, couldn't resist when he learned he could fly the genuine article for $15,000. Requirements for the Joyride were not very stringent, just the most cursory physical exam. Then a briefing from pilot Alex Garneyev, which assured the student of a gut-wrenching ride.
Okay. Immelmann is you make first half of the loop and then half roll. This is Immelmann. And so on. All others I'll explain you. We'll mention the order of ejection once more, and then we'll fly.
Okay.
If you're ready, we'll go and change.
I think so. Call sign jet lag.
Suit up was followed by a brief lesson in use of the K-36 ejection seat.
Eject, eject, eject.
Oops.
With John buckled into the cockpit, there was one small final detail: signing the release form.
The problem with high-performance military flying is it's extremely harsh. You're looking at an environment that no human being was meant to be stuck in. And just the acceleration alone of going down the runway will put your stomach in the back of the airplane.
Yeah, four to eight. Yeah, 5 Gs. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Woo!
You put a person in an airplane like this, and their inner ear spins, they're pulling many Gs, they're going upside down. The afterburner, when you light it, it just absolutely thumps you in the back, kicks in, immediately presses you into the back of the seat, and off you go. It's like being thrown out of a slingshot. The problem is that most people don't realize how violent it's going to be. And as a result, what happens is they get in it, they don't know they're getting sick, and all of a sudden, they're getting sick. And before you know it, they're back there. Then, a little too late, they're throwing up in a mask. And I call this kind of the zoom, boom, throw up in your helmet ride, which is a terrible thing to do to a human being, really.
Whoa! Yeah! I am not feeling too well right now.
But you really have to become acclimated to this kind of flying. It takes a little while. Anybody can, but it takes a little while. I will say this. At first, it seems like a blur, but after you're through, you know you've done something that's quite unique.
I'm a little bit woozy. I don't know if I can get out of the plane just yet. Where's Vladimir? Where is that guy? Oh, come here. Thank you.
How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Vladimir, you can be my wingman anytime.
Really?
Along with selling rides, Russia makes money selling modified Su-27s to clients like the United Arab Emirates and Malaysia. China just arranged to buy 72 of these advanced fighters as a prelude to licensing their production. The smaller MiG-29 has even more customers. Over 1,000 have been given to the Ukraine by treaty or sold to countries like Pakistan, Iraq, Peru, Cuba, and Vietnam. And it's not just planes Russia's peddling. It's some awesome firepower as well.
Not only MiG-29 and the Su-27, but they are now working hard to provide all those modern weapon systems for such old aircraft as MiG-21, because there are over 4,000 MiG-21s all over the world. And if somebody modifies it and establishes new weapon systems, it becomes almost as effective as, say, F-16.
Russia is already flying their new Su-35. A 27 with improved electronics, a new wing edge, and canards under the nose for more violent turning capability.